So this video is kind of an answer to a user by the name of Corbin Dallas. That's with 3 N's and 3 S's. 1 S, sorry, and 3 A's in Dallas. 4 A's in Dallas. Anyways, he was asking, uh, can you put a 10-shot cylinder, specifically a blue 10-shot cylinder, in an old Model 17, kind of like the new models 617s, but unfortunately Smith & Wesson didn't make a 10-shot blued steel cylinder, but they do have a 10-shot stainless steel cylinder. So I thought I'd try putting the 10-shot stainless steel cylinder in the blued Model 17 here. And so I've got my two guns apart. This is a 617, this is Model 17, and I'm going to go ahead and swap them over. So, thing to note that of course, the number of charge holes in the cylinders are different. You have 6 and you have 10, but also the number of ratchets, and therefore how much the cylinder rotates per trigger pull is also different. So you have the different cylinders, and then the hands. I don't know if this will show up too well. The hands are different between the 6-shot and the 10-shot. So we'll put the 10-shot hand and the 10-shot cylinder in the Model 17. So here we go. So 17 yoke, 617 cylinder assembly. Those will go in like so, and it does fit, so that's good. And then we'll take the original trigger from the 17 and the 10-shot hand. I need to install that. There's a spring in here I need to get at with a screwdriver. Oop. Okay. And then this trigger goes in the gun like so. And just an initial test, it does rotate the cylinder enough to lock it up in time. So let's go ahead and assemble the rest of it. We have the trigger return spring and slide assembly. That's going to go in there. Need my special tool, also known as a small screwdriver. Push that spring in. Oop. Make sure I don't stab myself. And so now the trigger should return. Good. And then the hammer. Put that in like so. So now we can cock it. The hammer will go forward. And we'll get the mainspring. And stick it in the frame like so. Take the side plate. Now there is supposed to be a hammer block that goes in like that, but I usually just leave it out for demonstration purposes. So the side plate goes on like so. Just push it in, and then we need at least one screw. The one screw to hold on the cylinder should be sufficient to hold it on just for this demo. Cinch that down, and then put tension on the mainspring. Oop. Need my bigger tool for that. Okay, cinch down. So now cylinder opens. works properly, closes, cocks, and we're going to go ahead and put snap caps or empty cases into this chambers. Now I'm fairly sure that this gun doesn't, the firing pin won't hit the chamber mouths, but better safe than sorry. I know for a fact that a new cylinder from Smith & Wesson is something on the order of like 150 bucks, so I'm not about to pay for a new one. So, oops, there we go. So, snap caps in the chambers. So double action. Locks good. Single action. Also locks good. So yep, it works. And I'll just go ahead and start taking this guy apart. And my special tool again, my bigger one. Bigger's better. That guy started. Get him going the rest of the way. And voila. Easy peasy.